The waters of the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden are simmering with tension. The long-running conflict in Yemen has taken a new turn, with the United States and Iran-backed Houthi rebels locked in a dangerous dance of escalation. This latest chapter is characterized by brazen Houthi attacks on maritime traffic, a robust U.S. military response, and a growing sense of unease about the future of the region. The U.S., invoking its commitment to safeguarding international waters, has deployed significant naval assets, including the formidable USS Georgia, a nuclear-powered submarine. Meanwhile, the Houthis, emboldened by their alliance with Iran, have shown a willingness to challenge American naval dominance, raising the stakes in this volatile corner of the world. The current situation is not just another flare-up in a protracted conflict. It represents a dangerous evolution in Houthi tactics, highlighting their growing capacity to disrupt vital shipping lanes and threaten global trade. Understanding the nuances of this escalation is crucial for comprehending the broader implications for regional stability and international security. The recent escalation did not emerge in a vacuum. It is the culmination of months of rising tensions and provocative actions by both sides. To fully grasp the gravity of the situation, it is essential to trace the key events that have led to this precipice. October 4, 2024. The U.S. Navy, in a significant display of force, launched airstrikes against Houthi targets in Yemen. The strikes carried out by the USS Georgia targeted a military base and weapons facilities, marking a serious escalation in U.S. involvement. March 16, 2025. In a move that sent shockwaves through the region, Houthi forces attempted an attack on the USS Harry S. Truman, a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier strike group. This audacious attack, though ultimately unsuccessful, underscored the Houthis' willingness to directly challenge U.S. military power. In the weeks leading up to March 16, 2025, the U.S. conducted a series of strikes on Houthi territory in Yemen. These strikes, the first since a ceasefire between Hamas and Israel in January 2025, signaled a renewed U.S. focus on curtailing Houthi aggression. The United States, in the face of escalating Houthi aggression, has responded with a clear message: American naval dominance will not be challenged with impunity. The deployment of the USS Georgia, armed with a formidable arsenal of Tomahawk cruise missiles, is a testament to the U.S. commitment to safeguarding its interests in the region. The Pentagon has justified its actions, stating that the strikes are essential to protect freedom of navigation, ensure the safety of international waters, and deter further Houthi attacks. The U.S. has also made it clear that its military presence in the region will continue until the Houthi threat is neutralized. This peace-through-strength approach underscores the U.S. resolve to counter what it perceives as Iranian-backed aggression in a strategically vital region. The U.S. response, however, is not limited to military hardware. Diplomatic efforts are also underway to de-escalate the situation and find a peaceful resolution to the Yemeni conflict. The U.S. is engaging with regional partners and international organizations to explore avenues for dialogue and diplomacy. Section 4. Inside the Houthi Playbook. The Houthis, for their part, claim their actions are a justified response to what they perceive as U.S. aggression and interference in Yemen. They point to U.S. support for the Saudi-led coalition, which has been waging a devastating war against the Houthis since 2015. The Houthis have also attempted to frame their attacks as acts of solidarity with the Palestinian people, linking their struggle to the broader Palestinian cause. They have vowed to continue targeting Israeli interests and disrupting maritime traffic until their demands are met. This strategy, while likely to resonate with some segments of the Arab world, also risks further isolating the Houthis and escalating the conflict. The Houthis' ability to challenge U.S. naval assets, while concerning, should not be overstated. Their capabilities, while growing, are still no match for the U.S. Navy's overwhelming firepower and technological superiority. However, their willingness to engage in such asymmetric warfare poses a significant threat to maritime security and underscores the complexities of the conflict. Section 5. Echoes of Maritime History. The current situation in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden has drawn comparisons to past maritime conflicts, offering valuable insights into the potential trajectory of the current crisis. The sinking of the USS Cole in 2000, a stark reminder of the vulnerability of naval vessels to terrorist attacks, serves as a cautionary tale. The 1987-88 Tanker War, a period of heightened tensions in the Persian Gulf that saw Iran and Iraq attack oil tankers, highlights the devastating economic consequences of maritime conflict. These historical precedents underscore the need for a swift and decisive international response to prevent the current situation from spiraling out of control. The lessons learned from these past conflicts have undoubtedly shaped the U.S. response to the current crisis. The U.S. Navy, acutely aware of the threat posed by asymmetric warfare, has taken steps to enhance the defenses of its vessels and adapt its tactics to counter the Houthi threat. Section 6. The Fog of War. Analyzing the situation. The situation in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden remains fluid and unpredictable. The fog of war, with its inherent uncertainties and complexities, makes it challenging to predict the course of the conflict with certainty. However, by carefully analyzing the available information and considering various scenarios, we can gain a better understanding of the potential risks and opportunities. One possible scenario is a continued escalation of tensions, with both sides locked in a cycle of attack and retaliation. This could lead to a wider regional conflict, drawing in other actors and further destabilizing the Middle East. Another possibility is a negotiated settlement, with both sides making concessions to reach a ceasefire agreement. However, given the deep mistrust and conflicting interests, such an outcome seems unlikely in the short term. The international community has a crucial role to play in preventing further escalation and facilitating a peaceful resolution. Diplomatic efforts, led by the United Nations and regional powers, are essential to bridge the divide between the warring parties and create conditions for meaningful dialogue. Section 7. Looking ahead. The future of the conflict. The future of the conflict in Yemen and its maritime dimension remains uncertain. The situation is characterized by a complex web of factors, including regional rivalries, political instability, and the humanitarian crisis in Yemen. The U.S., while committed to protecting its interests and ensuring freedom of navigation, is also wary of getting bogged down in another protracted conflict in the Middle East. The Houthis, despite their defiance, are facing mounting pressure from the ongoing conflict and the humanitarian crisis in Yemen. Finding a sustainable solution to the conflict requires addressing the root causes, including the political and humanitarian crisis in Yemen. This will require a concerted effort from regional and international actors to pressure all sides to engage in good faith negotiations and work towards a political settlement. The stakes are high and the path forward is fraught with challenges. However, the pursuit of peace and stability in the region requires a sustained commitment to diplomacy, dialogue, and a recognition of the shared interests of all parties involved. Only then can the troubled waters of the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden find lasting peace.